utilizing private photos. Let's have a look at what that looks like. So if we tap back on the actions section on the top left, the little wrench icon again, we have an option here to insert a photo. If I tap that, my camera roll will appear and I can insert any photo onto this canvas on its own layer. And I can either draw on that layer or create another layer over the top and work on that. But that photo is always going to be present for everyone to see, i.e. when you export a time lapse, you'll see that photo. We can insert a private photo, which is really, really useful. So let's have a look at how we're going to do that. If I, rather than tap on insert a photo, if I slide from right to left, I get the option to insert a private photo. Now I'm going to do that and I'll select a photo from my camera roll and we'll be back in a second. There we go. I'd inserted the photo. Now this is a private photo, remember. So if I tap on my layers, yes, it has its own layer, but below it, right below that word inserted there is the word private. So no matter what happens, no one's ever going to be able to see this unless I want them to see it. Why would this be useful? Well, many different reasons. If we go back to the gallery, if I have my Apple Pencil and the right iPad, when I hover my pencil over each of these, you might see that it expands a little bit, and sometimes you might even see a time lapse. There we go. If I hold my pencil there, you'll see a time lapse breakdown of what's in there. If you're working with clients, particularly if you're in the tattoo industry, and there's maybe some sensitive photos of some areas that someone wants to get tattooed and you're designing something for them, the last thing you want is to be with another client and hold your pencil over one of these and start seeing this time lapse happen on maybe a bit more of a sensitive photo. So it's going to hide it from that. And it's also going to hide it from any time lapses you export, which can be great because sometimes we do use reference. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But we don't necessarily need to see that in that final time lapse piece. It keeps it really clean, really neat, and really tidy. So I would be making sure that when I go to insert my photo through actions and add, I'd be swiping from right to left and inserting a private photo. This could really help the way you use Procreate. It'll help increase privacy too. But overall, it's just a simple thing you can do to really streamline things and make sure that the things you need to stay private can be private.